Okay, as good as it gets. Jack Nicholson is a cad?
But it's about Jack Nicholson, who plays like a curmudgeon.
Jack Nicholson, who's this like old man struggling with OCD.
As Good as It Gets was about an old man played by Jack Nicholson, and he was really mean and grumpy and kind of angry, and I feel like he maybe had OCD or something. He washed his hands all the time and didn't want to touch them.
Okay, As Good as It Gets is ultimately a love story. It's about Jack Nicholson, who has OCD, and he goes on a road trip with his gay neighbor that he hates, and also Helen Hunt, a waitress that he is in love with.
I know that Helen Hunt is a waitress. I think she maybe has a son. Oh, does the son have health problems?
And Helen Hunt's kid is sick with asthma or like MS, I don't know. But like he needs medicine.
The basic plot is that Melvin Udall, played by Jack Nicholson, is a reclusive novelist and a germaphobe and in general kind of an uptight, nasty person. And his world starts going into upheaval when, number one, he finds that he has to take care of a dog for a neighbor that he doesn't like.
It takes place in New York, a building in New York, and it's about neighbors. Helen Hunt, who has a terminal illness, I believe.
There's an incredibly violent scene where Greg Kinnear has invited some sort of street urchin, played by Skeet Ulrich or something, into his fancy apartment.
Diane Keaton falls for a younger guy who I think is Keanu Reeves.
Greg Kinnear, as I recall, is he an artist, a visual artist? And I think he's also gay. And he gets robbed and beaten up terribly. And Helen Hunt and Greg Kinnear form a friendship.
Is I think that they're like an attractive woman asks him like, oh, how do you write women so well? And he says something to the extent of like, I take away reason and accountability and from a man, and that makes a woman, like just something like super, super offensive.
And then so for some reason, Jack Nicholson's this old man who starts dating Helen Hunt. So this movie was definitely written by an old white man who wanted this to be a possibility.
And one of the secretaries stops him and says, "Oh, Mr. Udall, I love your books. How do you write women so wonderfully well?" And he says, "I think of a man and I take away reason and accountability," which it might not be the most enlightened joke, but you know, fellas, come on.
And there's a dog. I think Greg Kinnear has a little dog.
He goes on a road trip with his gay neighbor that he hates.
Greg Kinnear, who's like a likable gay person, and Helen Hunt, who's a single mom. Like they have to pack up and drive somewhere, but I don't know where they're driving or like how long it takes. I just remember them like piling in the car with that like cute dog.
And then the memorable part is, "You make me want to be a better man," right? Jack Nicholson said that. I don't know how they met though.
But by the end of the movie, there is a perplexing scene at the end of the film where it closes with them like in a, it's like the early morning, and then there's like a diner that's gonna open, and he's like, "They got some good hot rolls at this place." And the final scene is them going to get some hot rolls at this diner.
Also at the end, Jack Nicholson finally steps on a crack.